Welcome back, my beautiful friends. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Coming up in our Crypto Frontier segment, brought to you by CCP Digital, we are joined by returning contributor Chris Pulley, CEO of CCP Digital, a decade-old digital advertising agency with unique access and knowledge in the blockchain and cryptocurrency industries. Chris and his team offer a definite competitive advantage as we enter the era of Web 3.0. Today, he is joined by Eddie George, former Ohio State Heisman Trophy winner, Rookie of the Year, and four-time Pro Bowl selection for the Tennessee Titans, current head coach at Tennessee State University. Today, we are chatting all about how NFTs are monetizing sports fan bases and how the platform sportscast.net is upending digital sports collectibles. They basically fuse original artwork digital cards with athlete-created content, and each encoded collectible card enables exclusive access to select Sportscast episodes where you can be part of private conversations shared by very well-known sports figures and participate in a ton of exclusive perks. Now, as Eddie and Chris get settled into the broadcast room, let's chat. There's no one more committed than a sports fan. They are famously dedicated, willing to wait in line for hours or even days, to travel cross country or even across the world to watch their favorite teams and players perform. They brave the bitter cold and scorching heat to cheer for their idols. Nothing can stand in their way. Shrewd business people have been monetizing their passion for decades, selling paraphernalia like jerseys, jackets, hats, pins, player cards, and almost any item that can be emblazoned with a team logo or sold with an autograph. NFTs have given sports aficionados a venue to express their fan-powered passion and may be positioned to disrupt the ecosystem of fans, players, brands, teams, and leagues. And during the pandemic, when they couldn't attend live sporting events, NFTs also offered a way for fans to connect and engage with their favorite teams without leaving home. And here to chat some more are Chris Pulley and Eddie George. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Eddie, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey, Zen, how are you? How are you guys doing? Hi, Chris. How you doing today?
Good to see you.
Nice to have you on. So I'm going to start with you. So on sportscast.net, pro athletes share stories that are not out in the public with one another. Feels like I'm part of something very exclusive. Now you take those stories and attach them to original artwork of the athletes and sell them for ownership as NFTs. It's basically your modern day trading cards. Talk to me about some of the perks fans get and give me the overview of the first official drop that features you, to my understanding.
Yes, so you have it perfectly down with everything in terms of, this is something that the public can own, something that you're not going to hear in a typical interview, stories you haven't heard before, personal stories with me, and I'm actually hosting this segment, myself and other friends that I have on there. Our first one will be dropping with Jerome Bettis. And Jerome, we go back. Jerome and I go way back to 1996 when I first got drafted. In fact, we have the same agent. And you'll hear stories about on draft day, on my draft day, ironically, the draft day is coming up pretty soon for the draft, NFL draft, where he and I may have traded places. I could have been a Pittsburgh Steeler. He would have been a Houston Oiler. And these are some stories that fans, they don't know about and that they never heard before. It's a one-of-a-kind deal, and artwork is included in that. And it's a modern-day trading card in the NFT space. So it's a really brilliant idea by these gentlemen.
It's fantastic. And I know we're going to have Chris pipe in, but back to what you just said, I feel like you just gave me some exclusive information. I mean, Jerome Bettis, a former American football running back who played in the National Football League for 13 seasons, primarily, like you said, with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he was nicknamed the Bus. But to know that might almost have been you is pretty exclusive. And I would want to be part of something like that, which this is a great platform. So thank you for doing this. Chris, I'm going to pivot to you. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Always such great insight when you're here. So one of the most exciting initiatives in sports NFTs is, for instance, NBA Top Shop, right? They launched back in October of 2020. The NFT sports application is a partnership between Dapper Labs, which is a blockchain company, and the NBA. And it offers a marketplace for fans to buy and sell highlight clips of top basketball games coupled with NBA licensed digital items as NFTs. And less than a year after it was launched, NBA Top Shop has already made over 700 million in sales. And I know that you are a numbers guy. How realistic is it for the smaller leagues to replicate this revenue, and where is the market headed?
Wow, that's a fantastic that's a fantastic question. Every level of sports is being touched by the Web3 and the blockchain technology. It's just literally you figure every club at every level up the ladder can use this technology to capture their intellectual property that's already being recorded in a lot of cases, and can then offer limited supply of that moment in history. The backflip kick in soccer, the one-handed catch in football for high school, for college, for the Canadian football. So you just imagine this, every level has the ability now. And the beautiful thing is it creates a relationship between the player and their personal fans. And we believe, as in the future, as we look at recruiting in the sports industry, that we'll look at who has a connected, engaged fan base almost as much as the skill. So if there's two gentlemen that are, or two people that have the same skill, but one has a rabid fan base and can see it through their engagement with the technology, etc., you're going to bring the one that has the fans too. So I just think it's going to change even some of the operating processes in the future, because now these athletes will be creating a business from as early as they turn 18 or have parents' permission to start capturing their efforts and turning them into memorabilia.
Yeah, without a doubt, we're seeing a lot of this transition. I mean, look, NBA Top Shop is not alone, right? Other sports leagues are launching their own NFT marketplaces, including Candy Digital for baseball NFTs, and then you have UFC for mixed martial arts NFTs, and even NASCAR for stock car racing NFTs. So we are definitely seeing a shift on both sides, right? And now, Eddie, this is kind of an interesting question because I want to hear from your perspective as a professional athlete. Pro athletes have a relatively short career playing sport, right? Living most of their life off earnings made off the field, which is why commercializing their name, image, and likeness, NIL, is important. Athletes have traditionally been commercializing their NIL via endorsement deals and sponsorships by advertising products or becoming brand ambassadors. While as of late, athletes like yourself are commercializing their NIL through the use of NFTs. This is the new form of monetization fueled on Web 3.0, and this is the new creator economy. This is what is emerging. Do you feel this is a rise of a new era for professional athletes?
Yes, not just professional athletes, but athletes in general. I'm also a head coach here at Tennessee State, and we're constantly exploring new ways of how we can help assist our young athletes get their name, image, and likeness across. Especially being at HBCU, there's a unique opportunity here to do just that, and the NFT space allows for that to happen. It now allows the athlete to become more ubiquitous in terms of getting their name and their image out there, letting them know who they are, what they love to do, some of their other passions, a new way to make money, so to speak, and to use that as the tip of the spear for other opportunities, other brands to look at, to show your personality, to show your other interests, to show your other business interests, and also to make more recurring revenue. It's a wonderful opportunity. So it's great for somebody like myself, a retired athlete. It's great for the current NFL athlete. It's also great for student athletes to make a living and to build their brands moving forward.
And that's exactly critical, what you just said, because on the college level, NFTs have also started gaining a lot of popularity after July 2021, when the Supreme Court of the United States ruled against the National Collegiate Athletics Association, right? Prohibition on college athletes from monetizing or profiting from their name, image, and likeness in any form. But now college athletes can commercialize their brands via NFTs by selling digital nils and the content they produce, be it image, music, across marketplaces using smart contracts. And the best example I could think of, tying directly into your commentary, is University of Alabama quarterback Bryce Young launched his own NFT of an animated artistic rendering of himself against the backdrop of roses, which is currently priced at 0.1 Ethereum, or that really translates to about $475 or so at the current cryptocurrency exchange rate. So you are 100% correct, my friend. Very great observation. Chris, we have about 3 minutes. I'm going to pivot to you before we get off this segment and come to a commercial break. But the sports collectibles market is a perfect example of an investment sector that is increasing in value and fits the ideal use cases for NFTs. The market was recently estimated at about $5.4 billion, and nearly every month, NFT and cryptocurrency companies are sponsoring sports teams to make fans more aware of what the industry offers. Talk to me about the generations involved here, because we know for a fact that Gen Zs are not just digital natives. Gen Zs are Web3 natives. They are born in a world with internet, social media, and they are the primary target. But what about baby boomers and your age category? Very different behavioral patterns. What do you say to this?
Wow. I'm still thinking about how important the timing was for the name, image, likeness of the collegiate athletes that happened at this date in history. At the same time, the Web3 and the blockchain technology has created this opportunity through NFTs. It just is an amazing point in time and history right there. So, Zen, it may even re-ask the question, because I was still pondering there how
I love it. Okay,
it's changing it'll change the whole trajectory from little league up now, and I don't even think we are going to see the opportunities yet. I mean, it's just amazing what's being created in this space, and I just wanted to commend Eddie for getting here and starting in this process. This drop that they're doing is going to be amazing. I mean, there's a little risque stuff. That's why you're not going to mass sell it as well. So there's things in there people want to see. But I've seen behind the curtain and what his plans are around college athletes, and he's got a program coming that's really going to make a difference for these young athletes. And I'm just excited to be here and be part of it.
Yeah, Eddie, do you want to add any closing thoughts before we cut to a commercial break about the process and what you want to share with the world?
Not really. I think it's just a great opportunity for people to find ownership. I mean, not only can they, not from the athlete side, but for others to, if you're a fan of a Bryce Young or a fan of a Jerome Bettis or Eddie George, here's your opportunity to buy an NFT, a slice of it, own it, and you have an opportunity to resell that to the market, and it can appreciate over time. And again, these are experiences and opportunities that you're not going to find anywhere in the world. I mean, this is a one of a kind opportunity. So I think it definitely has legs, and it's an exciting time in our history for sure.
You said it. You said it best. And I think Chris answered his own question. I think the baby boomers and the millennials are definitely jumping on the bandwagon as well, because you are the very creators behind the infrastructure. So the answer has been naturally come around. Well, guys, listen, we're out of time entirely, but I would love to invite you back and to chat some more. Chris, always with the best guests. You have the top spots here. Thank you so much for coming on, my friend. Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
That was our Crypto Frontier segment, brought to us by CCP Digital. You guys have to definitely check out sportscast.net. Check them out on the gram at sportscastpros, and definitely check out CCP Digital at ccp.digital. That was our returning contributor, Chris Pulley and Eddie George. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York.